Have you ever known Chicago Bulls to ever wear green?
No.
No. So why do they sell green jerseys and green hats? If you actually watch the music video, Lil Wayne pays tons of respect to the Bloods. The non-traditional gangs, Shawn, scare me to death.
Why?
They'll make a sound. You hear it a lot in like Lil Wayne's music videos. Soo-woo, soo-woo. Cardi B's a Blood. She used to have blood dreads, and she had the whole 9 yards. Like drugs and money and guns are just so predominant through Fayetteville and that Robinson County area because of 95.
Interesting.
You can gump off I-95 and then boom.
So what was your first encounter with gangs? What initially got you infatuated with that?
There was this kid in Fayetteville called Kaboom Holy. I think his name was Andreas Flight. He was the leader of a non-traditional gang. So you have traditional, non-traditional. Traditional gangs are gangs like Lil Wayne came from, like Eastside Mob Piru. That is a gang that is nationally known everywhere, sets everywhere. Non-traditional was like a neighborhood clique. So he had a non-clique called Money Gang, right? And they were a blood set. They were
How many people are we talking here? What's a non-traditional gang?
20, 30.
20, 30 people?
Young teenagers who are violent.
Okay.
You know, it's the syrup.
Young, like 13, 14?
14, 15, 16.
Okay.
17, 18 is kind of old.
Old?
Yeah, that would be older. You're dealing with those high school kids.
So hold on. You sound like the guy to talk to. So 13, 14's young, 18, 19's old. Where do they go when they're 20?
So a lot of times they'll start in non-traditional gangs. They'll get older, then they'll move on and try to get into another gang. Like if they're a non-traditional blood set, like Money Gang, they'll try to go, once they get older, they want away from that little clique. Or maybe several of them have died off and the gang has died off. They'll go, maybe they have a homie that's with Eastside Mob Piru or Sex Money Murder. Those are traditional gangs. So Money Gang is a blood set, a non-traditional blood set. But once they kind of age out, maybe they don't want to be a part of this clique anymore.
What do you mean a blood set?
So you have Bloods and Crips, right? That's just who you are. And then there's different sets. Like a set is Sex Money Murder. That is a blood set. They're Bloods. But then you have Eastside Mob Piru.
So what is this shit? Like the UFC feeder things?
Dude, it's
is that what it's like?
It's very
like
organized.
You're in the JV and now you're in the varsity?
Pretty much.
You're in the
Dude, they have
minor leagues?
They have rules, Bibles.
No shit.
They have it's
what kind of rules?
Like you got to be beat in for a certain amount of, like 8 tray Crips. Like they have to be beat in for 83 seconds for 8-3, right? 8 tray, 3 is tray. So you have to be beat into the gang, or if you're a chick, you can be raped into the gang.
You can be raped into
the gang.
Women choose to be raped into a gang.
Yes.
Why? What do they get out of that?
They're obviously missing something at home. They want to be a part of that gang. Like
what does that entail?
So like man, who's the
What do they got to fuck somebody or they?
Oh yeah, they get raped by like multiple gang members.
But is it rape?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, it's
like
consent.
beating her ass and they're fucking her. It's not like we're all just gangbanging you. They're like forcefully like raping her. Like maybe because she's not like, maybe she don't want to be a part of it, right? Maybe she might like change her mind, but once you commit to it, you've committed to it. There's no backing out. Yeah, it's sex, but then if they don't want to and they try to back out, there is no backing out.
So what's their role once they're in the gang? Once they've been raped into the gang?
Like if they're a blood, they're a bloodette.
What is that? I mean,
It's
are
just
they
a female that
prostitutes?
hangs.
Or are they actual gang members?
They're gang members. They get to just hang out with the gang. They don't really do anything. They just hang out with the gang. I'll show you some videos, but it's
all right.
Not of getting gang banged in, but I mean, it's just, gangs are very interesting. So if I go see, you have to be Hispanic or black to be a blood. You can't be white. Any white guy that ever says they're a blood, they're a complete liar. So in this day and age, if I see maybe a young 13, 14-year-old African-American kid, and he's wearing Chicago Bulls, and he can't tell me anybody on their current team, it's a validation point to be a blood. So I have to get 3 validation points to validate you on a sheet that gets submitted in to state that you're a gang member. But if you tell me you're a blood or a Crip, I just need one other validation point. But a validation point is you see a lot of blood members wear Chicago Bulls.
Why?
Because Bull stands for Bloods usually live longer and stronger. You see a lot of 8-tray Crips, 83 Crips, they wear the Texas Ranger hats. The hats are blue, and there's a T on it. T stands for Trey, 8-tray. You see, you ever seen the tattoos that say MOB, and they're like, money over bitches, member of blood. You see a lot of tattoos that are RR, that stands for real right. That means you've done something for the gang. You've done something maybe violent for the gang. There's, the 5-pointed stars, 6-pointed stars. You ever see anybody with a Star of David on them? They're a gangster disciple. It's just so much. Bloods operate on the right side, so if they're flying a flag, which is a bandana, everything should be on the right side. If they're a Crip, everything's on the left side. Now a lot of the younger kids will, instead of carrying flags, they wear red shoes or blue shoes. Vans is highly popular.
Are these the 2 biggest gangs in the country?
Bloods and Crips, yeah. It's what you...
Still to this day?
Yeah. Snoop Dogg, Crip. Lil Wayne. You can watch... there's a music video with him and Bruno Mars. This mirror on the wall, whatever that mirrors or whatever. If you actually watch the music video, Lil Wayne pays tons of respect to the Bloods. He shows all of his blood tattoos, MOB, RR, 5-pointed stars, everything. A lot of them will even have red dreads. So there's another set of Bloods called Sex, Money, Murder. They are a blood set, but they were founded by a guy in the 60s, Pistol Pete. They don't do this. This is blood, right? They hold this up. This is blood. You'll never see Crips operate on the right side. Crips will always operate over here. So they're a blood set, but they'll throw up 2 pistols to pay respect to Pistol Pete, and they operate off the color green because Pete loved money. Have you ever known Chicago Bulls to ever wear green?
No.
No. So why do they sell green jerseys and green hats?
No shit.
It's because they sell to the gang and make a ton of money off of it.
No shit.
Bloods will never eat at Burger King because BK stands for blood killer. It's a whole bunch of rules that you would never even think of.
Are these 2 gangs always co-located with each other, or do they have specific territories?
They have territories, neighborhoods,
Within the city?
Within the city.
So they'll be both gangs within the same city?
Oh, yeah. Then you have non-traditional gangs who have no authority or discipline because they're just a bunch of kids that want to make their presence known. They might attack a traditional blood set. Doesn't make any sense. The non-traditional gangs, Shawn, scare me to death.
Why? More than the traditional
Because they're
ones?
undisciplined. They're not answering
have
anybody.
rules.
They have no rules. They're not scared of us. Because why? Because they're 15 and 16. I can't do nothing with them. 14 and 15, I can't do nothing with them. 16, you're mine. But I can't do nothing with you at 15 or below. Man, they are... So I watched this first video. My friend, one of my really good friends named Dave Franklin, huge mentor at the police department. He was in what was called GGVU at the time. It was called the Gang Gun Violence Unit. So he came in and taught a gang class while we were in BLET. That was one of the classes. And I watched this video. It's called Gun Weight. And it's a non-traditional gang, the money gang. And they're just in this shitty trailer, holding up guns, talking about the gun weight. 3 of those kids in that video are dead from gang violence. 2 of them are in prison, and the leader is in and out of prison. It's just, man, I don't, it's just so fascinating to me. I used to listen to the music, all the rap music, just listening to terminology, how they talk, how they operate. Just there's so many different things like Bloods they'll make a sound. You hear a lot in like Lil Wayne's music videos. Soo-woo, soo-woo. If they're in a large crowd full of other Blood gang members, that's signaling to them that 12 is around because it sounds like police sirens. Soo-woo. It's just so fascinating. And a lot of chicks really got into the gangs because of Cardi B. Cardi B's a Blood. She used to have blood dreads, and she had the whole 9 yards. She was a straight gangster. She had a whole music video where there's like, she's the OG. Back before she got super famous.
Wow.
Oh, it's
So Cardi B is a Blood.
Mm-hmm. Lil Wayne's a Blood. The song Red Nation, that like it talks about it pays respects, even like Ocho Cinco's, like it gives him a shout out. Doesn't mean he's a Blood, but it means he's affiliate. It's so interesting, man. Like I used to be obsessed with watching because I knew this was what I wanted to do.
How many gangs are in Fayetteville?
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.